started. We appreciate you all coming. I'm joined tonight by my colleague Ann Conlon, who's going to be monitoring the chat and helping us move through the slides. But we're going to talk about our graduate programs at the School of Professional Advancement at Tulane University, and we're excited to share this with you. Once again, I'm Sheila Gold. I'm the Assistant Dean of Recruitment and Admissions, and I'm going to help us go through this webinar. This shouldn't take more than 20 minutes or so, so hopefully we'll be concise and get you all on your way. So, the School of Professional Advancement is one of 10 schools that make up all of Tulane University. So, we're actually the third oldest school at the university. We were originally founded as the Medical College of Louisiana. Shortly thereafter, the law school was founded. And then after that was the very first iteration of the School of Professional Advancement. It didn't have that name, but it always has been the part of the university that is for non-traditional students and working adults. So that's anybody other than sort of your traditional 18-year-old that graduates high school and starts college in the fall. So if you're an adult, if you're working while you go to school, if you have some college credits and are transferring in to finish a degree, if you're changing degrees, all of that is sort of considered non-traditional students, and that is what we do at the School of Professional Advancement. All of our graduate degrees are online degrees, and the reason that that is because it creates flexibility for working adults to be able to fit our classes into their schedule and not necessarily have to drive to campus or go to class at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Next slide, please. Okay, so we are located on the Uptown campus, which is the main campus of Tulane University in Uptown New Orleans. That is our building, the top right. It's the Richardson Building. We occupy the whole second floor. The picture below that is a picture of our student lounge with a mural that was actually created by some of our digital design students. They came up with that design in one of their classes, and we loved it so much that we commissioned them to paint it on the wall because we feel like that encompasses how we feel about our students. You belong at Tulane, you belong in these programs, and we're thrilled to have you. All right. So sometimes folks will ask us, like, School of Professional Advancement, is that like real Tulane? 100%. When you all graduate, this is what your diploma is going to look like. It's going to say Tulane University, School of Professional Advancement. It's going to have your name. It's going to have the degree that you earned, and it's going to have the seal of the university, the signature of the president of the university, the president of the board, and the dean of our school. So you will be able to put that on your wall and proudly be a Tulane graduate. Okay, so in the next 15 minutes or so, we're going to talk a little bit about their faculty and what I think makes our faculty a little bit different from other faculty that you may have studied with in the past. We're going to talk a little bit about the learning experience for students, how we support students to have you have a successful journey so that you can get that diploma that we just showed you, and then talk a little bit about our application process. So, the faculty at the School of Professional Advancement are all what we call professors of practice. And what that means is that each one of your professors they either currently are or have been practitioners in the field that they teach. So, for instance, if you're in our Homeland Security program, you're going to be learning from folks that are either currently working in Homeland Security, have worked in government, have been in the military, like they have that hands-on experience and can teach you what you need to know in the workplace now. For instance, one of our faculty members is Tyra Mitchell. She teaches in our kinesiology program. She has her doctorate in physical therapy, and she's the former chief physical therapist at the Ochsner Health System here in New Orleans. So she is teaching kinesiology, and she is a kinesiologist. She knows that work. Same thing with Ashley Hand. She teaches in our public administration program. She is currently the director of strategic communications for Kansas City. So when she teaches, how to work in a citywide public network or to teach you policy or communications in the public administration world, she does that work every day. So that is her main job. And then she comes into the classroom and shares her knowledge with you. So, next slide, please, Anne, because we have a really great quote. One of our professors, her name is Amanda Fennell. She teaches in the cyber and IT program. She said this quote, as a cybersecurity leader, I feel it's vital to prepare our professionals, which is you all the students, through practical experience, which is why I incorporate my day job into my classes at night, which is the perfect way to put it. So all of these people are out there doing the work that you want to do and that you're studying to do, and then they come into the classroom and teach you how to do it. So it's very, very hands-on. So we have two different ways that you can take graduate classes at the School of Professional Advancement. You can get a master's degree or you can get a graduate certificate, which is just a few courses, 4 courses in a very specific knowledge area. So on the next slide, we'll show you what we offer. So our master's degrees are in cybersecurity management, emergency management, homeland security, information technology, sports studies, liberal arts, public administration. We have a Master of Art in Teaching, which is if you want to be a classroom teacher. And then we have 4 different Masters of Education in 4 different tracks: education leadership, learning experience design, special education, and teaching English learners. And that's more if you want to be like a in a leadership position, like a dean or a principal. All right, so we also, like I said, have graduate certificates. And our graduate certificates, you can either take your 4 classes, get your certificate, and be done, which is perfectly fine. Or we find that a lot of our students start off in a certificate and then they decide that they really enjoy the courses, that they're handling working and going to school quite well. And so they want to finish on through the full master's, which is just another 6 to 8 classes. And so your graduate certificate stacks into the master's degree. So you can either stop at the certificate or you can add that towards your goal of getting your master's degree. All right. So our graduate certificates are offered in all the different programs that we actually have a master's degree in. So I'm not going to read all of them to you, but you can see, for instance, you might not be interested in getting the full Master's of Public Administration, but you may want to get a certificate in just nonprofit and strategic philanthropy management. So maybe you're working in the nonprofit sector, you want to move up to management, you don't want to get your whole Master's of Public Administration, but you do want to get the certificate because it'll give you 4 courses that'll help you sort of learn some skills and some theory that you can apply in the workplace. So that's kind of the way that this works. All right. So, a little bit about the SoPA experience. So, like I said, all of our graduate certificates and degrees are online. But I don't want you to think that you're just going to be sitting in your bedroom alone, like clicking through a PowerPoint and answering some discussion boards and like having a very flat, boring learning experience. Our classes are very interactive. Some of the classes actually do meet virtually in a format very similar to what we're in right now. So you could get to know your professors, you could get to know other students. Some of the assignments are small group work, so you will get to know other people in your classes and kind of learn from them and share with them about their situations. And also have group work that, where you could do a group presentation or project. We also have different ways that we try to convey the curriculum to students. So, for instance, several of our faculty members have created virtual learning experiences. That top picture is supposed to be like a virtual experience where you'll have a scenario or you'll have a problem that you'll need to work through and solve come up with a solution, and then turn in that solution as your homework for that week. So they'll set up a scenario in the metaverse. You can sort of enter into the scenario, set up an avatar for yourself, work through a problem that would be very similar to a problem that you may face in the workplace, come up with a solution, and then turn that result in. And so it's fun, it's engaging, it's interactive, and it really simulates problems that you might have to solve in the workplace. Another way that our faculty try to make the curriculum interactive and engaging is several of our faculty, instead of having students read, like articles or maybe a chapter or two in a book, they'll record a podcast. So you can listen to the podcast, on the way to work, a little bit of it on the way back, a little bit while you're cleaning the house. And that's a different way you can hear the curriculum as opposed to reading it. It's just fun and interesting. So our students find that they really appreciate the variety. All right. So another thing that I think differentiates the learning experience at SoPA from other schools that you might be looking at is that we wrap our students in a lot of support. We are very dedicated to our students being successful in our programs. So we will, every student gets an academic advisor, and this is a person that can help you choose your classes, help you decide what order to take them in, help you decide if you should take two classes a semester, three classes a semester. Will help you stay on track towards graduation so that you get all your credits. They'll help you drop a class if you need them to. So that's who that person is. You also have your own faculty advisor who comes with their own industry experience. So once again, if you're interested in Homeland Security, your faculty advisor will be somebody who either is currently working in that field or who has. They can connect you with their connections as you're getting closer to graduation and need to look for a job or you need connections. So they're a great resource as you go through your program. And then we also have our own dedicated career advisor. She does not work with other students. She's just for the School of Professional Advancement. She can help you with your resume, your LinkedIn page. If you have job interviews and you need to practice, like do mock interviews, she can do a practice interview with you so that when you go into your real interview, you won't be as nervous because you will have practiced the questions. So we really wrap our students with what they need to not only be successful in the program, but get a job after graduation. All right. Another thing that we offer is many of our students come to us having a lot of experience in the workforce. And so from time to time, we will have students in a program that are like, look, I don't need to take a class that you're offering because I do this at my job all the time. Like it would be redundant. If that happens, and it does happen more often than you think, you can go to your advisor and you can say, I don't think I need to take this class. I'd like to get credit for prior learning. You can work with your advisor to show the professor of the class that you already have met the learning objectives that are in the syllabus for that class. And if you do that, you can get credit for up to two courses at the graduate level, which not only saves you time, but it also saves you money towards graduation. And who doesn't love to save money? Okay, so speaking of money, so the way that we price our tuition at SoPA is per course. So at the graduate level, for the spring term, which is the next term that we're enrolling for, each of our courses is $3,924 per course. Now, if you are interested in the MAT or in the graduate certificates in ed or teaching English learners, that's actually at a lower rate. It's actually at our undergraduate rate, which is $2,022 per course. So we also like to let students know that when you're looking at us versus other schools, always ask the other schools how much their fees are per semester. We cap our fees at $150. You should not have fees higher than $150. $150 unless you're taking like some special lab course or something. But most of our classes, most of our fees per semester are capped. So you're really paying just the tuition. Other schools, if you ask them, sometimes when you start adding on the fees, it can almost double their tuition rate. So that's something to keep in mind when you're doing your comparison shopping. We also offer some other ways to help afford your tuition. We offer a $1,500 transfer scholarship. So any student that is transferring in credits towards their degree, you'll get a $1,500 transfer scholarship. That's $500 for your first 3 semesters. If you register for classes by the early enrollment date, your first semester, you'll get $500 deducted off, which is just an easy thing to do. And then if you fall into any of the following categories, you get a 20% tuition discount. So if you are active duty military or a veteran, if you're an alum of Tulane, if you are active or retired federal, state, or local emergency service, first responder, if you're a member of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, if you're a current K through 12 teacher, if you work for the state of Louisiana or a local government in Louisiana, or if you are a member of one of SoPA's professional partnership agencies, you would probably know if you're a member, but if not, you can look on our website for a list of those agencies. So everybody in that category gets 20% tuition discount. Okay, so our application. So our application lives on our website. Go to sopa.tulane.edu. There's a big button at the top that says apply. You click that button. It will ask you if you're interested in undergraduate or graduate. You all are going to say graduate, and it will open up the graduate application. For the graduate application, you will need a copy of a current government ID. For most folks, you can just take a picture of your driver's license or passport and upload that. We're going to need transcripts from any school that you've gotten college credit, undergrad and grad. There are 2 writing samples, short answer questions that are on the application, and we're going to need your resume. We do not require standardized tests, so that's usually good news for most people. And then finally, there is a $50 application fee, but as a thank you for attending tonight, we will waive that fee for you. If you have already applied and paid that fee, please email me after this and I can refund it for you. It's a very easy thing to do. Don't feel like, you should be shy about it. I'm happy to give you that $50 back. All right. And then our last piece of information is our application deadlines. We are currently admitting students for the summer semester, which is our next term. That application deadline is May 1. You do not have to wait until May 1 to apply. Get your application in now. We read our applications on a rolling basis. We can admit you now and you can register for classes now, actually. And if you register for classes before April 25th, you will get the $500 early registration scholarship. So that's a very easy way to get $500 in your pocket. The next term that we're registering for is the fall term. That application deadline is August 1. Once again, you can apply now. We can admit you now. And if you register for classes by July 15th, you'll get the $500 scholarship. So go ahead. I hope that we see your application. And once again, if you've already applied and paid the $50, email me and I can get you that feedback. Okay, so that sort of sums up our basic information. My contact information is right in front of you. There is a phone number. Don't call me. I'm never in front of my phone. I'm always in front of my email. So email me at sgold@tulane.edu. No question is too big or too small. I'm happy to hear from you all, and I hope that we will be seeing applications from you all, and that soon we'll be standing on a graduation stage and handing you that diploma that we saw earlier in the webinar. I'm thrilled that you all were with us tonight, and thank you so much. Have a great night, everyone.